it's MK and I am back with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today. I am using this sketch by Follow a Sketch February from Sandy Reversky, who is Scrap Goddess or Steak Goddess here on YouTube. I'm sorry, Sandy. And these are the supplies that I pulled out. So I pulled out this thicker set called Getaway, and I think I'm going to use the word adventure from this set. And then I also added to the title using these Heidi Swap foam letters. You can take the tag off and alter them, but I just plan on using them as white letters. So I'm going to use the word Highway 50 or words Highway 50. I also have this laser set from the 49 and Market Sherbet collection. So that are the Sherbet laser essential laser cuts. I have my die cut pack that is dwindling down. I am so excited to see all the little pieces going away and being used, you guys. It's so fascinating. So I just have a few left in there. I also pulled out a lot of scraps because this layout doesn't require a lot of paper. So I went through my scraps and pulled them out. A lot of my dark wood grain that was left over from various projects. And then this rub-on sheet, that is the 12 by 12 Spectrum Sherbet rub-on sheet, as well as this rub-on sheet that I will be bringing in. And then the lacy bits that I have. Oh, I forgot my white paper, you guys. How do I plan on doing a layout without a base piece? Anyways, I also have these wood veneer pieces. They're from a kit, and I'm not really sure exactly when ago, but I know that they were from a Kit Club kit. And then I have two photos of my Highway 50 passport, and then this large street sign or badge looking one. And in all honesty, I think it came from the same kit as the wood veneer, I think. And then I have this extra lacy piece that was from the other rub-on sheet that I thought matched my large rub-on transfers as well. So I've got all of that. Let's get started. I'm going to just use this green rub-on, this green section. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those out and then cut apart all of the pieces. So I've got the stitching, the blotch, the butterfly, more stitching. So that way I can see all my elements and play with it and scatter it across the layout as I need to. So, and this, at first I was like, I don't have enough elements. This page is awfully white. And when I kept going, I still had that in my mind. Like, this page was way too white, to be honest, for what I was looking for or any of that stuff. But I do end up liking it in the end. It didn't end up as white as I expected it to be. But at first I just was like, okay, we're just going to keep going. So the first thing I did was I rubbed down the light green, and then I had a really dark green stitching. So I went ahead and I put it on top. But now I'm trying to see where I want this aqua lace piece. And so I'm going to put it up here in the corner because I do have a little corner accent going on in the sketch. So I'm going to go ahead and rub that in real quick. And then, of course, just make sure that it stuck, because for some reason this paper was, the edge of the rub-on was kind of poking up, like it would peel up. So I was just making sure that they were well stuck. Now I'm just using my finger to distress this branding strip, and then I'm going to use my distress tool to distress this green, this wood grain, and then I realize that it's too wide, so I'm going to go ahead and rip it and only use half of this, and I'll bring back the other half later, because why not? It's a beautiful wood grain. So I do end up ripping that and ripping the ends so that way it doesn't go all the way across. Now this big giant badge cut file is actually going to hang off the edge of the paper. It's not going to be smack dab right in the center. It was just way too big. So I'm going to have it hang off the edge and then have all of my elements in and around this whole cut file. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down now that I've got my background pieces, because I want my paper to be in the foreground. So I've got that, and I still can see that it is a street sign badge or a roadside sign. I'm not really sure exactly what shape that is. I think a badge would be the best. And then I'm just going to build my borders I thought about cutting out this photo, and then I was like, no, I think I'll just square it off and put photo mats on it. So now that I've got that going on, and I don't have as many photos as what is in the sketch, which I am okay with, it just gives me more room to play. So I've got this blob as well as this butterfly. So I'm going to go ahead and scatter those. So I'm going to put the butterfly there and the blob there, and I am going to build more on the butterfly. So, oh, I have to change my channel. The video that I was watching was done. Don't ask, you guys. So anyways, and then this is where those other pieces of the lacy bits from that other rub-on sheet comes in handy. So I went ahead and I added a little bit of light aqua, and then I'm going to extend this one here using the green because I've got a lot of green going on down below and no green up in the corner. So I went ahead and brought that in as well. And then I have this one little green blob, which I'm going to add to my butterfly because my butterfly is light green and this is a dark green. So I love all the different colors I got just from one rub-on sheet. I absolutely love that. Then I have this piece of wood grain here. This is a different wood grain than the piece that I used below, but because it's a dark wood grain, it looks like it matches. And especially when I'm not going to be putting them next to each other, it definitely looks like they match. So I am going to go ahead and just use that up at the top and then take this word together and put it up there as well because, we travel together. It makes sense. That we are doing that. Now, Highway 50 goes across Nevada. It goes just across Nevada, and then it dead ends at both sides. And it is dubbed the loneliest road. Yes, it is. The loneliest highway, the loneliest road. And so to make it more fun and more enjoyable for anybody, kids, adults, anybody, they created this passport, Highway 50 Passport Survival Guide. And basically what it is it is all of the major towns along Highway 50, Austin, Eureka, Fallon, Fernley, Dayton. Oh, I'm trying to think of others. I think Bakers. Yeah, and Carson City. So they are all along the road, Highway 50. And if you stop at certain gas stations, definitely the visitor centers, anywhere like that, they will stamp your passport. But then where they stamp the passport is little fun facts about each town. Even though they look like the towns, especially Austin, Austin looks like it is on its last leg. And I apologize about that because there are some really cool things to go see in Austin and around Austin. I spent my entire birthday one year in Austin, Nevada, and I absolutely loved it. But we're also those kinds of outdoorsy people that like to go look for stuff like that, and like to go and explore, natural, natural land formations and things like that. And so Austin has a lot of those. So anyways, just thought I would throw that out there. And so we picked up these passports in Austin, and I believe this is actually my birthday when I took this photo, because we went through we took one route into Austin and took a different route out of Austin that put us in Eureka, and so we got our first 2 stamps on our passport. And so it's just so fun to know, that things like this are out there, you guys. It really is. I even heard a story. I can't remember if it was in Eureka. I think it was in Eureka, where truck drivers do this as well. They take Highway 50 and they get their passport. And if you get 5 stamps and then mail the back page of your passport in that shows that you got all 5, because they stamp it in like 6 different spots. It's awesome. Watching them stamp it. But anyways, if you get 5, then you get a certificate that says, I survived the loneliest highway. And so my kids are so super excited to get this, because every time we go see Grandma, we get a stamp from Fallon. We've been over to Fernley. We've been to Carson City. So we've got all these really cool little stamps. I think we do have all of them. I think we're just missing one. Or do we have all of them? Anyways, I'm not really sure. I'll have to ask my kids. But it was just super fun to know that this existed when we got to little Austin, Nevada. And so anyways, back to the layout. I'm so sorry. I went through my die cut pack and definitely pulled out tickets, because every time I travel, I always think about tickets. You're always getting a ticket for this or a ticket for that. And I don't mean speeding tickets. I mean like a receipt ticket for fuel. You're getting a ticket for, well, some people pick up the lottery tickets. Because we don't have those in Nevada, because we have slot machines and things like that, casinos. So we don't have lottery, but some people, when we travel out of state, we do pick up lottery tickets. The kids think that they're fun. We buy the kids lottery. We buy the lottery tickets. The kids scratch them off for us. And so whatever they win, but it was for us. Because you still have to be X amount of age to get the lottery tickets. And then grandmas and grandpas also buy the lottery tickets, and then the kids get to scratch them off on their birthdays too. So that's super fun. Seeing how much money you get and whatnot. It is just so fun. So anywho, I went ahead and pulled out tickets. I pulled out arrows because it serves the purpose of motion and direction and things like that. And now I am just tucking and weaving along what I already had from the sketch to build up little bits and pieces. Now I am thinking this is still really white, especially for me. This is awfully white. I am gluing down all of these wood pieces. I decided to use all of them except for the stop sign, because Highway 50 doesn't have a whole lot of stops. I did use the stop word because it is kind of a stop and enjoy the scenery type of deal. But stop signs, it was the stop light didn't make any sense. I like the yield and I like the walking. They all made sense. Especially for this particular outing that we were on. But I wanted to use the badge, except that the badge said 66. So we're not on 66. So I decided to flip it over and just use the badge. And I'm letting it sit there for a little bit to see if I even like it. I did glue it down, so if I don't like it, I don't know what I would have done. Probably put a flare on there. I think I have a flare that says on the road from Yes Please Paper Crafts. So I believe I have that flare still. I might not. But anyways, I do end up leaving it where it is. I like it. Now I'm going to just add my title, and it says Highway 50 Adventure, because the kids were so excited when we found out about this little passport. And Grandma did tell us about this passport because now she lives on Highway 50. And she found out about this passport, and we kind of forgot about it because, it was back, she told us about it back right before COVID hit. And so we kind of forgot about it until all of a sudden, the husband's like, well, what do you want to do for your birthday? And, I said, I really want to go see Stokes Castle in Austin, Nevada. And then, well, why not? Let's make a day of it. And I started looking up to see what else was in the area and what all we could look at and all that good jazz. And then that's when I remembered, hey, let's pick up those passports. And so that's where it all started. So I added a little bit of black splatter from Altenew. It is just called Jet Black, and I believe that helped me fill in all of my white space. It did really help, and I love how this layout turned out about our little Highway 50 passport. If you guys ever travel on Highway 50, be sure to check out this passport, even if you just pick one up to read what is in the book. That would be fine with me. It is so fascinating to know what all is available in these little towns that are sometimes forgotten because nobody wants to travel on this very lonely road. Anyways, thank you so much to Sandy for offering this sketch today. And don't forget to check out Janet's channel and see what she is doing for Kit Conspiracy. And I will check y'all later. Bye.